Welcome back. Welcome to my channel if you're new. I'd like to thank everyone for viewing, liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please don't forget that this is a general reading. It's definitely going to completely resonate for some of you, but not all of you, okay? So those of you that it doesn't resonate for completely, take what does. That's your messages. Leave the rest behind. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up on your way out if you enjoy it. It truly does help my channel, but more importantly, it circulates the video so others that need messages from this reading will get it. Now, I want to point out there is something going on out in my hallway. You may hear banging. Okay, we're going to do a reading around the new moon in Taurus. It is an eclipse, okay? So that's going to change the whole game. Now, I do use, as you know, if you watch my new and full moon readings, I do get all my information from Yasmin Boland. So thank you, Yasmin. I love her information. She is the Moonology lady, and I do have her cards here. We'll get into that in a minute, but I wanted to make you aware of what's coming with this new moon eclipse in Taurus. It is taking place on April 30th for majority of us. Some of you, like Sydney, it will be on May 1st, okay? Now, what Yasmin has to say about this new moon eclipse in Taurus is that it's going to be a very exciting and highly charged new moon because it is an eclipse, okay? It's going to take place in the sign of Taurus, like I said. And Taurus is all about values, comforts, and finances. So being that it's represented by the bull, which by the way happens to be the symbol of Wall Street, this would be a really good time for you to make some changes to your finances if you want to. This will be the month that you want to set your intentions around that, okay? Now, in case you need to hear this, or someone needs to hear this, there is nothing wrong with wanting the money that you want and need to live comfortably with the people you love the most, okay? We humans are incarnated here on planet Earth to experience what life in 3D has to offer us, and that includes finances. So to learn how to create and how to enjoy life in its physicality, that's what it's all about for us. Now, I know you've heard this before, but we are truly spiritual beings having a human experience. And whether you want money to spend on yourself, your family, your friends, or just to help others, money is an integral part of that experience. So feel free, okay? Now, if you currently want to make money, working online is a superb idea because the planet Uranus, which rules technology, by the way, it's in Taurus, sorry. The first step is to decide what you have to offer that people might need. So ask yourself from your heart, how may I serve the world? And allow the answer you get to be your guide, because that will be your inner guidance system letting you know what you're here to do, what your purpose is. Now, the planet Uranus also helps us to bring about sudden change and even radical reversals, okay? It's being triggered this month by Mars. Now, hopefully this will be a wonderful blessing. Mars and Uranus makes it much easier than usual to take radical action. So fingers crossed, right? Now, I want to get into, I'm going to do this a little bit differently this time. I want to show you all the different houses, and I'm going to let you know what house the moon is in for you, depending on what your zodiac is, okay? So we're going to start with Aries. It's in your second house. Taurus, it'll be in your first house. Gemini, 12th house. Cancer, 11th house. Leo, 10th. Virgo, 9th house. Libra, your 8th. Scorpio, 7th. Sagittarius, 6th house. Capricorn, it's in your 5th house. Aquarius, 4th house. And Pisces, it will be in your 3rd house. Now, based on what you see on the screen, that will tell you how it's going to affect you, or what part of your life is likely going to be affected by this new moon, okay? Now we're going to get started with the Moonology cards by Yasmin Boland again. The first one here is obviously the new moon. A new start is coming. Yay. I am so looking forward to this new beginning. Then we have new moon in Taurus, and this is all about prosperity lies ahead. Yay, again. I'm looking forward to that. Now, you know what? I'm going to go over here first because this is the same deck. All these 3 cards are from the Moonology, the regular Moonology deck. This is the new moon eclipse, okay? Expect powerful change. Like I said, a new moon, when it's an eclipse, it's a powerful, powerful and intense new moon. And new moons are all about starting over, new beginnings, turning things around, reversals, whatever. And because it's in Taurus, it's all about finances or prosperity, okay? Now this is the Moonology Manifestation deck by Yasmin Boland as well. New moon in Taurus, know your worth. So not only prosperity, but knowing your personal value and your self-worth, okay? Okay, let's get into the reading. We are going to start with the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck. All of my decks will be listed below. Click on the title of the video. It'll drop down my description box, and that's where you will see the decks that I'm using. These cards, I love this deck because this will give us timing around what's happening as well, okay? And I'll get to that once I get all 4 cards out. Your first card out is the Long Night Moon. Darkness. Your second card out is the Waning Crescent 5 Moon. It's all about peace. Inner peace, outer peace. I'm hearing an inner sanctuary. Some of you are going inside and finding that true happiness when you're finding it from within. That's a great thing. Now we have the Waning Crescent 1, which is all about protection. You are being protected. Absolutely. And we have Queen of the Moon, Sovereignty. Wow, this is the perfect card to come out now because of it being a new moon for starters, but second place, it's an eclipse, so it's extremely powerful. This is standing in your own power. This is someone who is at the max. This is very powerful, this card. Wow, 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 wow. This is going to be a new moon to remember. I have a feeling. Okay, now I'm going to let you know what the timing is around these. Okay, so I'm going to put them in order of date, okay? Now, the first one out is going to be the Long Moon Night. Or sorry, the Long Night Moon, Darkness, because this is the full moon in December, okay? And that's why it's called the Long Night Moon. It's the longest night in the year, or close to it, because this is going to be around the 21st to the 25th. It's the end of December, basically. It's the full moon in December. This will mean that whoever it resonates for, you experienced darkness of some kind the end of December last year, okay? This isn't this year, this is last year. So around this full moon in December, not necessarily the day of it, but the end of December of last year, if you look back, whoever this resonates with, you will remember something dark taking place, either within yourself. Maybe you went through a dark night of the soul period. Maybe old emotions, old traumas were brought back up to the surface for you to deal with. It could be that there was something major that took place in your life that left you in a place of darkness. And I'm hearing something to do with the pit of your stomach. Whatever it was, it it was felt deeply in the pit of your stomach. It was horrible. I can feel it. It doesn't feel great at all. So, okay, that's for those of you that resonates with. I'm going to move these over just a bit so you can see them. And of course, I'm doing a reading, so my stomach is going to start growling now. Please don't leave comments. If you're hungry, eat, because it's not about that. Okay, now your second card out is going to be protection. Waning Crescent 1. Now the date on this one is May 23rd. Okay. And now we're in present time, okay? May 23rd now. You're going to come to the realization that whatever this darkness was, it was God's protection. You know, they say rejection is God's protection, and that's what I'm feeling. Whatever took place here in the end of December, you're about to find out that it was protecting you from a worse fate. And maybe that was part of the horrible feeling that you had in the pit of your stomach because you didn't understand. At the time that this happened, it just was something horrible and dark, and you didn't understand that it was a form of protection, because whatever would have taken place if that didn't would have been much worse, and you're going to understand that towards the end of May, okay? Now, the next card in line is the Peace card, and this is May 27th. So once you get that epiphany or that idea that it was protection, once you realize that, you're going to very quickly, because it's a matter of what, 4 days, that you enter into this sanctuary, this inner sanctuary of feeling peace and calm and no longer any upset in your life. And this stems back to this, I feel. This was big. Whoever this is for, that was big. It was a huge hit in your life, whoever that's about. Now, others of you, this could just be, you know, the depression that kind of tends to set in sometimes when you're in the deep, dark bowels of winter. And December is that time because you've got some of the shortest days of the year, right? So it can be very depressive, but there still was something that took place there, and it was protection for you. It might not have been a huge issue. It might be that you were just kind of depressed and something happened, okay? And it was protection. But you are just the same going to figure it out, and it's going to be what moves you into that place of inner peace. And then it's going to move you. There's no date on this one, okay? Because this is just Queen of the Moon. But this card, this represents supreme power and authority. You are climbing. Whoever this is for, you're climbing. This, look at how it's flanking, okay? You start off with whatever this is that took you to a place of darkness, this protection that took you to a place of darkness. It had to take you there because that was the path. That was the path of least resistance to this power that you're going to find yourself in. The strength and the power, and this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay. I want to clarify these now with the Light Seers deck. Not our cards. Okay, so we're going to go one more time. Okay, so clarifying the long night moon or darkness and the protection card. Yeah, you have the Two of Wands. It's exactly what I was saying. You had the choice of two paths here. You could stay on the path you were on, or you could get on a new path and head in this direction and this direction. Peace and power and authority in your own life and possibly even others. But you needed to take the specific path. The Spirit wanted you to take the path of least resistance to this. Had you gone the direction or continued, look at this little rabbit. See, he's on a path. Had you continued down that dark path, it would have gotten darker and darker and darker. And it wouldn't have taken you here for a lot longer. It would have taken a long time, and you would have likely gone through more upsets, because this was the path of least resistance. So if it was as bad as I was feeling, can you imagine what the other path would have been like? It would have been worse. So Spirit got you on the right path. Although it was a very difficult path, still, it was the right path, and it took you there quicker than you would have got there. You would have been in the dark a lot longer. Okay? Now, on the protection and peace card, you have the 9 of Wands. It's what allowed you to keep moving forward. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't got on this path here, but this shift allowed you to keep moving forward toward your inner peace and sanctuary. The 9 of Wands, if you're already aware, I'm sure, that it is a card of perseverance. It's a card of having done all this work and busted your butt, and at times it was brutal. But this is about your growth and your expansion. And it was difficult. You had one step to take that would take you to this place here, the inner peace and the power that's coming your way. One step. And that's what Spirit took you to. That you took one step. That was the shift, the one step in the right direction. And it took you where you needed to go. Because otherwise, you would not have been on the right path. And it would have been a lot harder to persevere. Okay? Now, on peace and sovereignty, yeah, you've got this new beginning. Look at this. And it's now. The new moon in Taurus. This is where your new beginning starts because of this ending here, whatever this was for you. You were growing the roots. Look at this. You were getting grounded. You were getting rooted. So you know that the bigger and better the roots are. Hang on just a second. Okay, I had to get rid of Mr. Grumpy Pants. The bigger and the better and the stronger the roots are, the bigger, the better, the stronger the growth is going to be. You were growing, whatever this was. It was your expansion, your evolution, your growth. But you had to develop the grounding and the root system first. And that's what this was all about, okay? But now, when you get to this place, this is towards the end of May, you're going to have so much peace and so much power. And that's why you have peace. Because you are standing in your true, authentic self, and you have the power to keep moving forward. You have the root system in place. Nothing can knock you over at that place, okay? Bottom of this deck, part of your overall energy now, this Page of Pentacles. It was a gift, an absolute gift. You are, look at this. There you go. Pages are messengers. This page doesn't bring a verbal message. He brings material signs and gifts. And that's what this was for you. This whole thing was a gift, an absolute gift. Okay, now we're going to get, and you will see that towards the end of May, okay? Give or take, because time is fluid. But somewhere around the end of May, beginning of June, you are going to see the whys about this. And I'm starting to feel whatever this was, that horrible feeling that I had in the pit of my stomach, that's lifted. And I just feel like I keep raising higher and higher and higher and becoming lighter, happier, more peaceful. Absolutely. Ooh. Okay. I'm kind of glad we're past that, because that didn't feel so good, everyone. I know what you, well, I don't know what you went through, but I felt some of what you might have gone through back then, okay? Okay, on the Two of Wands and the Nine of Wands, you've got remembrance, resurfacing of past feelings and emotions. Like I said in the second scenario, this could just have been something resurfacing for you to rid yourself of so that you could get to this place of inner peace and power, right? And it didn't feel good. Whatever it was, it did not feel good. And I think it caused a bit of an uprooting, if you will, in your world. And it could, some of you, I don't know why I'm getting this. This might resonate for only one person out there. This has to do with a death. It's not a death that took place in December necessarily, although it could be. But it feels like a death from, and again, it could be a literal death. Somebody passed away. Not somebody's going to, they already did, but it feels to me like it's years ago. And it caused a lot of pain for you, and you didn't deal with that pain. And that's what came back around in the end of December. Others of you, it could have been a literal death of a loved one, a pet, a family member, a friend, co-worker, anyone that hit you hard, okay? But I'm getting for majority of you, it's in the past, a little further back than December. And you found it very hard to move forward from that. And that's what this was about. It was about pulling you out of that and moving you forward back into your power and some inner peace, okay? On the Nine of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, you've got, ooh, Gaia. Wisdom, knowledge, spiritual understanding. Yes, absolutely. And this sits right underneath the Peace card. It's that wisdom and the understanding, knowing that it was protection for you. Whatever this was, it was protection for you and guidance too, to some degree. But it was directly from Gaia, Mother Earth, Spirit, whatever you want to call it, God, okay? So now we're going to get a Heal Yourself card, because I feel like there is definitely healing taking place through this, for you to have this brand new beginning. So when you see the healing card, you're going to know that you've either already healed this or it's what you need to heal at this point in time, okay? Inner child, yeah, see, that's why it felt like it was at a distance from me, this pain and suffering. It could be a death that you endured as a small child and you just never were able to deal with it. Children don't know how to deal with death, right? So, and for some of you, I feel like it was a mother that passed away when you were very young. Someone that was really close to you. This was a lot of pain. For others of you, this is trauma. Other than that, other than a parent passing away, this is some kind of trauma that took place when you were a child. And it's you remembering it. But this all is helping you to have an understanding of why it happened. And it's this spiritual understanding and wisdom and the knowledge of what took place and why it took place. That is what's going to help you move forward, to persevere and keep going. Okay, what are we getting now? Synchronicity Oracle card. So I want you to understand that this darkness, this event in December, it could just be the remembrance of this. For whatever reason, it was brought back. Sorry, guys. It was brought back to light, okay? for you to rid yourself of it. That was the only way. That was the only way for you to get to this place of inner peace and power. And it was actually protection. Because if that had sat inside you and you moved forward in that direction, I feel like that would have been a really, really bad way to go. Yeah, crossroads. This is like the Two of Wands. For some of you, because this sits underneath remembrance and protection, this crossroads that I feel like you might find yourself at now. Some of you, it was the crossroads back here. It was that shift on your path, right? And I feel like some of you were being guided to make the shift and didn't. You didn't want to. So you were kind of forced to do it. Others of you, you went through or will go through this, and come the end of May, you're going to find yourself at another crossroads. And it's that new beginning, right? And it does have to do with the remembering of whatever this is for you. I'm feeling like there's a lot of different scenarios here, and I'm not even touching the tip of that iceberg. So if this resonates for you and your story is a little bit different than what I'm putting out here, trust that this could be your message, because there's a lot going on here. I don't know what that's about, but okay, now we've got Just Ask Oracle. Crossroads that you come to. Go for it. You've moved through whatever it is that you needed to move through and get to this place of power. And look at, this is on the side of that power, the Ace of Pentacles, spiritual understanding. Go for it. That's what all this was about, to get you to that place where you would, when you get to this crossroads, you would feel comfortable going for it. This sure went in a new direction. What are we getting now? Okay. Whispers of Love. This could be taking you in a direction of a partnership of some kind. I'm not seeing anything around that as of yet, but Spirit does want whispers of love, so you never know. Deck is not upside down. Let me take a look at this. Okay, the cards that dumped out, I maybe put back incorrectly. Okay, there we go. Oh man, this whole thing is messed up. Don't worry about it. I don't do reversals. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. You have, be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. That's going to be different for everybody. I have no idea what that's about, but you're being asked to be supportive towards someone or something, just to show that you care. Okay, I want to get a Shaman's Dream Oracle card now. Oh my goodness, this does not surprise me. This is Lost Compass, getting back to integrity. This is about going home, so to speak, okay? And that is so perfect for this first row, because that is Spirit getting you back in alignment. Okay. Gonna read it from the book for you. And it says, Getting back to integrity, finding the way home, trusting intuition. When the lost compass appears, it's a sign that you need to find your way back home, back to your source and center, relying on your intuition to arrive there. Be wary of the signs telling you to turn here or there, or to avoid this or that person or situation, because the outward indicators are not reliable right now. Be careful not to believe all the advice you are receiving. Rely instead on your innate sense of direction and guidance, and use your homing instinct to lead you true. The lost compass has come to show you that you need to find new counselors. You're not getting the mentoring you need for your success. Who is that person that you're looking up to as a model for what it means to be a woman or a man? Trash that ideal. Tear up the picture you carry in your mind. You are meant to be you, not the best copy of your dearest friend. Make this your mantra. Love me or leave me. The lost compass is a blessing in disguise, because you sometimes have to lose your bearings and find yourself afresh to discover a new course. True north never changes, so reset your way to your heart compass and trust your deepest feelings, even when others don't support them. Remember that you are not lost. You simply don't know where you're going right now. Lost is a state of mind. Not knowing where you're going is an opportunity to find a way to a new path. That is perfect for your reading right now, because it talks about the blessing in disguise. This darkness card here, that was your blessing in disguise, because it's taking you back to your true authentic self, so you can stand powerful and be supreme and be the authority in your own life, even if you're not supported, right? So this could be a two-way street here. Even though you're not being supported in the direction you want to go in, you need to do what you need to do, but it's also about being supportive of others that want to do the same, right? This was an amazing new moon reading. I hope it resonates. I hope it helps you to move through the new moon energy that's coming. It is going to be extremely intense and powerful, but in a good way. In a good way. Move with it. It's taking you someplace amazing. I love you guys, and I will see you next time.